Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. Geeky Sparkles is sitting this video out, but we're gonna talk about Warner Brothers Discovery laying off hundreds of workers. 30% of its sales teams of the merged company are expected to be cut. This is, again, not a good sign for this company, not a good sign for long-term employment opportunities at Warner Brothers Discovery as David Zaslav begins to chop everything. We've been following all the cutbacks he's been making, whether it's canceling shows or canceling people. A lot of people salty about some of the cancellations, mostly people working in animation. A lot of things that he was canceling that didn't really make a lot of sense at the time. We're going to talk a little bit about that because I want to talk about Velma. Apparently, Velma has been resuscitated. Velma lives again. Velma is going to be discussed at New York Comic-Con. She's getting her own panel. So this Mindy Kaling show that a lot of people thought was a terrible idea. She basically made herself a self-insert. She turned Velma into a self-insert, and it's also a very adult, very gory show. But apparently they're going to go ahead with it. I thought for sure it was canceled. I know it was out on Resetera, that the trademark had been abandoned. So either they canceled it or they're changing the name or something. But apparently they're still moving forward on it. We had a couple people reach out to us via email and Twitter and tell us that. So let's roll all this together into the Warner Brothers dumpster fire video, I guess, of the day. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, over 275,000 subs. Thank you for the support. Also, speaking of amazing support, our campaign for Crimson Wren is at almost $55,000 on Indiegogo. You've got 9 days left to back it out on Indiegogo. Guys, it's a beautiful looking book, beautiful graphic novel. It's going to be over 130 pages, hardcover. Art by Jose Garcia, story by Geeky and myself, and this is the prequel to the fairly popular at the time Shadowbinders webcomic. This is a story we've been waiting to tell for a very long time, and Jose is doing an amazing job on the art, and it's almost done. It just has to be lettered and printed, and that is basically it. So if you want to get in on that, check out the link. I'm going to pin it in the comments. Let's take a look at this first. Lots of news about Warner Brothers. The CFO is like, we're not dumping brand names and streaming makeover, so they're not going to get rid of, all these brand names, but they are going to get rid of a bunch of people. So this is coming from the Wrap this morning. Up to 30% of combined sales teams of merged company are expected to be cut. Warner Brothers Discovery is expected to begin laying off hundreds of workers on the business side, according to an individual with knowledge of the company. Up to 30% of the combined sales teams of the merged company are expected to be cut. The move comes as Warner Brothers Discovery cleaned up Monday night at the Emmys. We're going to do another video talking about the Emmys and bested all other companies with the most Emmy wins. It means nothing. The Emmys mean nothing. It doesn't matter if you win a bunch of Emmys. If you're not making money, you're done. According to Axios, who first reported the news, the cuts will be coming from both Warner Media and Discovery ad sales teams. So that doesn't bode well for ad rates going up. Does it? It really doesn't. The layoffs are the latest in Warner Brothers Discovery's CEO's David Zaslav's dual moves to reduce costs by up to $3 billion, as well as shift the strategy for the company's streaming services, HBO Max and Discovery Plus. The company plans to merge the two platforms with plans to introduce the merged service in most European markets by early 2024. Since Warner Media and Discovery each have a large portfolio of TV networks and their own streaming services, the merger of the companies will likely lead to cost-cutting measures via consolidation. We have 20 channels. Warner has 20 channels. How do we put that together? You have an ad sales team. We have an ad sales team. There's a lot of one over one. Yeah, that's it. It's redundancies. Every time a company merges like this, and I remember people telling us we were wrong about Crunchyroll, and here's the thing. We actually had a Warner insider coming to us about the Crunchyroll situation too. But we had a lot of people like, well, Funimation and Crunchyroll, they're going to be fine. They're going to be two separate services and everything's going to be great and everybody's going to keep their job and they're still going to be in their expensive San Francisco offices with the cherry blossom tree and the bicycle rack and the sushi and the food court and everything's great. And that didn't happen. Redundancies, they got rid of them. Zaslav said he expects that a great deal of the cuts will come from investment avoidance. A rep for Warner Brothers did not respond to requests for comments. What is there to say? two companies getting merged into one company. They've got billions of dollars they have to save, and it's happening during a recession. People are going to lose their jobs. I mean, it's just the way it is. Warner Brothers Discovery CFO, we're not dumping brand names in streaming makeover. Gunnar Weidenfels says the entertainment giant will rely heavily on household names to build buzz for its upcoming combined service. So people thought they were going to get rid of some of the stuff. They said don't expect to see marquee names like Food Network vanish when the service rolls out. So there'll probably be tabs, kind of like they do in HBO Max now. They didn't provide any details on what David Zaslav is thinking about a name for the combined streaming service, but now it seems less likely the Discovery name will take a starring role when a combined HBO Max and Discovery Plus launches in the US. We have all these household names that are known internationally. We'll talk more about specific strategy. Well, now with HBO doing so well with House of the Dragon, some other stuff, it'd be really stupid because Discovery basically means reality TV and cooking shows and crap, right? The brands they have, Food Network, Discovery Channel, Bravo, HBO, Turner Broadcasting, CNN. So they're not going to get rid of the names. They're just going to get rid of a lot of people. They said that HBO is killing it so far with House of the Dragon. HBO can drive millions of people to the platform. It also drives a higher churn rate. If you can't get them into daily viewing habits, they're going to leave. They're going to leave. Just call it YouTube. Call it YouTube or TikTok. That'll get people there every day. So let's talk about this. A lot of the cuts have been animation. Now, my understanding is that, and I know as much as anybody else seems to know about at this point, but my understanding is that they're looking at possibly they're selling off some of the cartoon shows, the animated series they've canceled, or shopping them around to other streamers. Apparently that's what's going on with the Batman cartoon. That they're actually thinking about, they're still working on it, but they might just like sell it off to Netflix or have it on Netflix or something instead of HBO Max and Discovery, basically trying to claw back as much money as they can. Now, I don't know how far into production this very ill-conceived, Velma series is, potentially brand-damaging Velma series, but a lot of people thought it was canceled. I thought it would get the axe for sure because they canceled Scoob 2 and it was like 90% done. This one, I don't know how far along they are, but apparently they're moving forward with it because they just announced some Comic-Con panels and Velma gets her own panel. So that tells me that, at least for now, Velma is spared the axe. So Doom Patrol and Titans get their own panel. And here we go. HBO Max gives Velma Dinkley an origin story. Velma executive producer Mindy Kaling, who based Velma on herself, who also voices the titular character. Imagine that. She looks just like her. And showrunner Charlie Grandy will be on hand at the panel for the original adult animated series, which takes place on October 6th. They'll be debuting a sneak peek at the first episode of the series, which aims to pull the mask off the origin of the unsung hero and underappreciated brains of the Scooby Gang, Velma Dinkley. Actually, Velma is very popular. And she had multiple origin stories, but I guess we have to give her an origin story that probably is a lot like Mindy Kaling's own origin story. It's like whatever her childhood was like, that's what Velma's story is going to be, right? Anyway, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what the hell is going on? I don't think anybody at Warner knows what's going on. I mean, I could totally see them having panels for shows that Zaslav decides to cancel next month. Who the hell knows? But at least they're actually showing something at Comic-Con. We know that the DC Comics did not get a booth at San Diego Comic-Con this year. We know that the Fandom got axed this year. I guess it really wasn't necessary. I mean, it was an online convention, so you really don't need it if everybody's going back to meat space conventions. But we're gonna have a lot of salty people getting ousted from Warner's, and I think they're gonna have a lot of stories to share. And if you'd like to share your story with Clownfish TV, I'd be happy to hear it. So just reach out and touch us. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.